Tell me when.
Sound speed, camera speed.
Testing.
Action.
Hello, and welcome to No Expectations Video Store. I'm Ben.
Wait.
No?
All right.
He's looking at the program. It was on me.
Sorry. All right.
Sorry.
Ready?
Yeah.
Hello, and welcome to No Expectations Video Store. I'm Ben.
I'm James.
And I'm Max.
And Jim, we're sorry you couldn't make it for this one, man.
Hello, everyone, and hello, Ben. I'm sorry I couldn't be there with you, but I look forward to meeting all of your avatars in the metaverse.
It's okay, man. Anyway, this episode is dedicated to Jim Carrey, as is a whole bunch of this series that we're working on right now. Jim Carrey appreciation. We've kind of surpassed a month now. It's more than just a month. But anyway, today we're focusing on Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yes, this is directed by, actually, his directorial debut, Jeff Fowler.
Ooh.
Written by Pat Casey and Josh Miller.
Yes, and it's Miller time. It's always Miller time.
Max, what is this movie about?
I didn't say who it's starring, James.
Oh, well.
Starring Jim Carrey, Ben Schwartz as Sonic the Hedgehog, and James Marsden as the affable, kind of goofy local cop.
Well, this is a movie based on the video game that was originally released on the Sega Genesis in the 90s.
1991.
And so they take this movie and kind of do a spin on this video game. After discovering a small blue fast hedgehog, a small town police officer does a series of product placements, and he must help him to defeat an evil genius who wants to do experiments on him.
So beautiful. This is a game I grew up with, and it's one of the first games, if not the very first Sega Genesis game I remember playing as a kid.
Yeah, actually, this is one of the first games, too, for me. Even in the arcade machine as well, Sonic.
Yeah. Max, was this an early one for you as well?
Oh, yeah. So growing up, my next-door neighbor had a Sega Genesis. I had the Super Nintendo. And, man, this was a hit. You go over there, you got Tails and Sonic, and just Dr. Robotnik. We called him Dr. Robotnik because,
nice.
Butt jokes are funny.
Always.
But Dr. Robotnik was always kind of a villain, a real villain for me as a kid.
You know what's funny? You said that it's like you went to your neighbor's house or your friend's house. Like, I didn't have a Sega Genesis also. I had a Nintendo. And I went to my friend's house as well to play Sonic. Yeah.
See, if you guys would have known me when we were little kids, we came close. We knew each other since we were 12.
Yes.
But if we would have known each other when we were about 6, I would have been the kid with the Sega Genesis. You would have come over to my casa. We would have played some Sonic and some Streets of Rage. Some of my favorite Sonic games. Sonic was one of them. Some of my favorite Sega games were some of those originals, like Sonic, Streets of Rage, Golden Axe. That was a classic.
Alex Kidd
was a fun one, yeah. Another good one. Asterix was kind of tough. That was one. I feel like there were more games that were tough back then. They were like a real bitch to beat, but like for some reason... Dude, Revenge of Shinobi was sick. Yeah, Shinobi was tough. Super Hang-On, that was a fun one. There was another one that was really difficult that I really liked. It was called Comic Zone, and you were this artist who gets sucked into his own comic.
I know which one you're talking about. Yeah,
dude, that was a cool one, but so difficult.
A lot of games back then were difficult.
Yeah, I mean, but then there was Sonic 3D.
Oh, Sonic 3D Blast, I loved.
Yeah.
That was a super great game, and way ahead of its time for the graphics. Just considering that it was on a cartridge. Pull it up if you can, Max. The cartridge Sega Genesis footage of Sonic 3D Blast. It looked like a precursor to like PlayStation. Like, it looked really freaking good for a game on a cartridge. Like, they did a really dang good job. But one of my favorite characters from the Sonic world too, aside from Sonic and Dark Sonic, was Knuckles, and I know he's going to be in the next movie.
Next film, yeah.
Which I'm super excited about.
Which is the director's second film he's directed, and then he's actually making a third film. I think it's something unique too.
Yeah, look at the visuals on this
Pink
one.
Panther.
Oh,
He's making the new Pink Panther film.
Damn. How is that your first movie, Sonic the Hedgehog?
The director, he made Sonic 2, and then his third film is going to be the Pink Panther.
Jeez.
That blows my mind, dude.
What was he doing before this? Serving tables?
Dude,
Turning tricks under the bridge.
And his first short was Gopher Broke.
Wow. So you blow a couple directors, and next thing you know, you're directing Sonic the Hedgehog. Good man. Did you find that footage of 3D Blast? It looked pretty cool for the time. I mean, I don't know how it looks now in comparison, but I mean, consider this came out in probably like 1997. It looked pretty cool.
Yeah. No, it still looks pretty cool to me.
Yeah. Look at that. Not bad for the time on a cartridge. I don't know. I always thought it looked pretty cool.
I mean, yeah, games back then. Like, I honestly, I would still play that to this, like
110%.
Yeah.
I bet we can find a download of it. Play it on our phones. So much fun.
Emulators. Out there.
So good, so good. But anyway, this is a continuation of our Jim Carrey appreciation series. We've done some really great films so far, and it's been really nice watching these because this was my first time seeing Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
So it was really nice seeing him like back as Jim Carrey, like the Jim Carrey that we know.
This
and
was
love.
like
He's wild.
90s
Yes,
eccentric
yes.
Jim Carrey.
He's a psychological tire fire. Is how
He is a psychologist. Did you just make that up?
No, that's like in the first scene when they're sitting around the table at like the government, and they're
Yeah.
like, "Who can we Who can we get to fix this?"
Not Robotnik.
Dr. Robotnik, and that's what they call this. Is a psychological tire fire.
That is
funny.
fantastic. So this movie, if you want to get into a little bit of the nitty gritty of the review, because we are a review channel, it was 100% intended for families and kids, as it should be. It's a Sonic the Hedgehog movie, so it has a bit of that stilted kind of Disney-esque dialogue and some of those bad jokes. But it still made me laugh. And honestly,
I think they did well. Like, I'm sorry,
No, you're
but I
fine.
think they did really a well job with this for, like you said, like for family and
Totally,
and for
yeah.
the fans who are a big fan of Sonic.
Yeah.
They did not disappoint. Like,
No.
if you weren't a fan of Sonic, maybe you wouldn't really enjoy this film, or you weren't a fan of
I
Jim
think you
Carrey.
still would though if there was kids just
But I
being
mean,
introduced to
this
it.
is a film for kids. Like
Yeah.
now, watching this 15 years, they're gonna go back and like, I really enjoyed that Sonic
Yeah.
movie growing up. It's like our Space Jam or something like
I
that.
can
you
see
know?
that, yeah. And imagine not knowing Sonic the Hedgehog, and this is your first introduction. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, cool. It's like a clean slate, you know? Sorry. I'm getting
Be
interesting,
interesting,
wacky here.
Interesting way to view it.
Yeah. But, yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog, I think the parts that made me laugh the most, aside from Jim Carrey as obviously being the funniest part,
Yeah.
Sonic was actually pretty funny. He had some funny little quips. And there was one part that made me laugh really hard when he was in his little bunker. And you saw that he had like a little kid's toy car in the back, like the little yellow and red one, like a little like Fisher.
Well, he's a child.
Yeah, he had like Fisher Price toys. I'm like, that's funny as hell.
Stolen all of them.
All stolen. Yeah, but no, I enjoyed it. I was pretty tired, so I didn't catch the climax of the film. But I'm gonna definitely 110% go back and finish the movie because I enjoyed what I saw and I liked the direction that they took, and I'm glad they're making a second one.
Yeah, they did it. Originally, I mean, most studios they always want to have live action,
Yeah,
so they have to have like
it's a little
another
annoying.
cast member. But I think this was a great balance for it.
It was.
And you had a lot of Sonic, so it was really nice.
Yeah.
Like, I think James Marsden was great in this film. I love James Marsden
Yeah,
since
he's
Cyclops.
Cyclops. Yeah,
So in the X-Men days,
you know he had never read an X-Men comic until he got cast, and then
same thing as Hugh Jackman though.
Same thing as Toby.
A lot of them.
Toby had not read a Spidey comic either. It's kind of crazy. Maybe that's good though. It makes him bring it to the performance like a little different, like a fresh perspective, you know.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, super enjoyable movie. What, Max?
One thing I did notice is like throughout the movie, there was really blatant product placement.
Oh, you want to know number one is? Everyone knows it.
Olive
Sega?
Garden.
Olive Garden.
Oh, Olive Garden. Yeah,
I think honestly, here's my theory with the Olive Garden thing.
sure.
Is, you know how I went through like that hell with like reanimating and everything.
Yeah,
I think they just needed money and they just needed a sponsorship and they just
That
went to the
makes
randomest
sense.
person.
Olive Garden. Yeah, Olive Garden. Yeah, that was an odd. It didn't fit. It felt like.
But it was kind of funny.
It
though.
was funny. Yeah.
Like, because if you watch the end, you'll know it too. They're like, hey, thanks for doing this, and like here's your Olive. Like, it was like a reward was an Olive Garden
Olive
gift
Garden,
card.
yeah.
So it's a callback.
It's so funny, that kind of advertising. Like, do people really think if you talk about Olive Garden, like people are going to leave the movie and be like soup salad breadsticks? Like, I mean, maybe
I did.
on a tiny
Hey, I
unconscious
just saw Sonic. Do I get 20% off or 50%?
Yeah, exactly, guys. Soup salad, blue breadsticks. What the fuck? But all right, so yeah, this movie, man, I remember seeing the first trailer for it, and we'll dive a little deeper into that in a bit, like the actual like design of the character. But I was pretty nervous about it, and that's actually why I held off on watching it. Not necessarily just because of the negative backlash from the original trailer, but I just thought, it's too late. Like, I don't care. It seemed like it had been such a long time since anyone gave a shit about Sonic. But I was wrong. I misjudged the movie. It was actually a really enjoyable film. They took a fun approach. Jim Carrey was awesome. And I'm glad they made it. But back when I first saw the trailer for it, I was like, who cares? But
I think though, like the same thing. I like, who cares? But I'm like, the only reason why I'm seeing this is for Jim Carrey.
and for the nostalgia.
No, not
Really?
For, no,
Not for
because I
Sonic?
was like, Sonic.
I almost
Yeah.
thought it was gonna ruin it.
Yeah,
the
but-
nostalgia.
I had thought that too.
But I think like the closest thing that was like this that came out, I think like a year before this was I enjoyed it. Was Detective Pikachu.
Oh, I didn't watch
that
it.
was
Same
good.
deal. I didn't
That
watch
was
it.
good.
Yeah, I feel like this movie falls in the same line of
Same
it.
category?
Like, yeah, so they did
Yeah.
they did a really great job of
Yeah.
like incorporating for like fan wise.
It seems like a movie that I ask myself, does this need to be made? 100% no. But am I glad that it's out there now? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm glad this is out.
Yeah, if you would have told me, a year before it came out, hey, do we need a Sonic the Hedgehog movie? I'd be like, absolutely fucking not.
No.
You're crazy. But watching this, I'm like, not bad.
It's
like
fun.
fun approach and also introducing it to a new era, You're breathing some new life into an old character, which
Well, I
is
would
always
even
cool.
say for like people who are fans of the games, the last few games of Sonic have been garbage.
Yeah, I want a new
Terrible. Like
good one. I want a good one.
I lost interest in Sonic for a while.
Yeah.
And this came out, I was like, oh, I'm ready. Like I'm
Yeah.
ready. Like after seeing it, I want a new Sonic game, which they're going to come out with one. It looks
That'll be
fantastic.
awesome.
It looks amazing.
Yeah, I'm super excited about that. I'm going to play it. Another one that they should do a movie like this or consider doing a movie like this would be Mario and Luigi. It'd be a sweet movie.
They're
Luigi's Mansion
Well, Luigi's Mansion would be great.
as a movie.
Yes.
You know how fun that would be?
It'd be like a really weird
it.
Ghostbusters.
Do
Wait,
it.
they are doing a new
Do it.
They are doing a new
Mario movie, and Chris Pratt plays Mario.
which I'm not happy with, but I'm happy with
Yeah.
who's playing Luigi.
Okay, who's Luigi?
Charlie Day.
Oh, that's awesome.
I think that's-
What?
I
That
think
is
that's
really good.
I think
That's
that's
great.
absolutely
That's
perfect.
fantastic. That's
Yeah.
spot on.
Yeah.
That's spot on. Wow. Okay. All right. I'm happy about that one. Also, they're going to be building.
Jack Black is Bowser.
Oh,
yeah.
cool.
What?
What is Seth Rogen?
Seth Rogen is Donkey Kong.
Okay. Actually, no. I
Donkey
did
Kong,
see.
yeah.
I saw a video of like putting his laugh behind Donkey Kong, like clapping and everything. It's actually hilarious. Like
Okay,
matches, and it's
all right.
hilarious.
One thing that they're doing that when James and I were in Universal Studios a couple months ago, they're building a Mario Land.
Yep.
Which is kind of interesting. I prefer a Sonic Land, but I'm still equally excited about Mario. But we're both bigger Luigi fans, so it's just for the love of Luigi. And I like Donkey Kong too.
Yeah.
Donkey Kong's fun.
I think it's funny. Yeah. I always liked Luigi more.
Same. Well, he's faster and he could jump higher.
Yeah, he can jump higher. Yep.
Yeah, so I think it came from a gameplay perspective, and then obviously his mansion was just a fun,
Did you find it,
unique
Max?
take.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Do it. Let's do it. It's perfect. Yeah,
It's kind of perfect.
he's got the voice of a gorilla.
It's just nonstop.
Seth Rogen's a strange character, but I'm glad he's out there.
Bizarre.
He's a weird one. But anyway, yeah, this movie. I can't believe that's the director's first film.
Yeah.
like that blows. How does that happen? Like, how does that happen? Like, you're just this student filmmaker basically, and you're like, yeah, here's a freaking like $20 million
It's
movie.
happening a lot for the last 5, maybe 10 years.
Makes me a
They've been
little
just
jealous.
giving a lot of people shots.
Makes me a
He
little
did Where the
jealous.
Wild Things Are in 2009.
Did he?
First
time director.
Well, no, that's his first director, but it's
Oh,
like
he
he's worked
worked
on
on it.
special effects probably.
Visual effects.
Visual
yeah.
effects.
Interesting. Well, there must be something. He must be a guy that's made like these tremendous like music videos or something. He's
He
got
acted in one film. I mean, show. He was in Gilmore Girls.
Oh, Gilmore Girls.
Going back to Gilmore Girls.
Bob. All right, I'll
He's an
circle back.
animator. That's interesting.
We didn't mention.
I guess
Nick
it makes
Cage in the
sense.
last episode.
I was wearing a shirt.
Oh, but it was true, and also it was different. Yeah.
Oh, that's a good show.
Anyway, so Nick Cage, just for the episode, Nick Cage, guys.
Yeah, Nick Cage.
Nick Cage would have been a great
really
James
great-
Marsden.
I was gonna put that in. I was gonna catch this for that.
He crossed my mind. We do need a cutout one
Yeah.
of these days. We need a Nick
Yeah.
Cage cutout.
Yeah. Shout out to my brother for these T-shirts as well.
Hell yeah, sweet shirt by the way, man.
Shout out.
Hill Valley.
One of the episodes you'll see. I think it was our Bob Saget episode.
Oh yeah, way back.
Yeah. The
That's
Nicolas
awesome.
Cage shirt and this one as well.
That's awesome. And we got the
Hello,
Hill
Vincent.
Valley. Hill Valley. Oh, shout out to Vincent. Good man.
A good man.
A good man. A good man.
So we're doing this one because we have right on the horizon a Sonic 2 movie. With
Yes,
Tails
coming out very soon after the
and
release of this episode. Yeah, that's an exciting one. I think this one's gonna crush at the box office. I have
From
a
the
feeling.
trailer, it looks fun. Like
Yeah.
I don't want to see any more. Like with trailers now, like I said, like going with no expectations. Of
100%,
course,
100%.
So they give
Um,
it all away.
I'm just like with the Batman trailer as well. I don't want to see anything.
I don't want to see any more. I don't
But
wanna
I'm
see
in the
any more.
theaters. They're like, here's another Batman trailer.
Yeah, I'm like,
what am
no
I supposed
more.
to do? Am I supposed to
No
walk
more.
out? Like,
yeah.
It's frustrating.
I'm so excited for the new one. I'm so excited for the new Batman. But anyway, who's doing the voice of Knuckles? It's somebody pretty famous. Who's doing the voice of Knuckles?
I don't know. Max, can you pull that up?
Looking it up.
Let's find out. I wonder if Pink Panther's going to be animated also. Probably.
I feel like it's going to be fully animated. Why, I don't know.
I hope so.
Action.
Let's see. Oh, Idris Elba?
That's a good choice.
That's... Wow, I bet the voice actors are just pissed because all these actors are like taking their work.
Well, think about going back to like the movie Scoob.
Yeah.
You didn't have Matthew Lillard voice Shaggy, which is like a crime. I love Will Forte, but like, come on.
Yeah.
Wait, was there someone originally doing Knuckles' voice? I'm not aware of.
Not Knuckles, but we were talking about in the Scooby-Doo movie.
Well, that too, and just voice actors in general. Like, there's a lot of talented people out there.
Yeah, there's a lot of very talented voice actors out there who we just know their voices. But a lot of times we don't see their faces, and a lot of studios somehow think we need name recognition with big famous actors.
You know what film did it? Is actually I haven't watched it, but I heard it's good. It's based off a game as well, Ratchet and Clank.
Oh,
they used the original voice actors for that.
I didn't know
film.
they made a Ratchet and Clank movie.
Exactly, it came out in 2018.
Sounds cool.
And it just didn't get that much. Like,
That's a fun game.
I think something else came out around the same time, and people saw it instead.
Ratchet and Clank was fun.
Yeah, they used the original voice actors for that film. It went in theaters and everything.
That's what they should do more often. But yeah, I feel like the voice actor community is probably pretty pissed off about that because there's so many talented voice actors who've been doing it for decades who would be perfect for these animated films. But they're like, no, let's get Chris Pratt because he's Chris Pratt. And I feel like
he already did the Lego movie. Like,
I know.
Why do we need him again? I like Chris Pratt, but I mean, come on.
I see both sides. I see why they do it, and we do get excited about actors that we're familiar with being in these roles. But like, also the poor voice actor, man, they're probably getting pretty fucking ticked, you know. But anyway, let's dive into a little bit of fun facts about Sonic the Hedgehog.
You want me to start?
I'd love you to start.
Jim Carrey remarked during the press promotion for the film that very little of the dialogue from the pages of the script ended up in the movie.
I can see
he
that.
also was given a lot of creative freedom for his nonverbal scenes, receiving basic instructions like, here's the room and then this music, just to do something to go with it.
I could totally see that. So what attracted Jim to this project more than anything else was that his daughter was a big fan of the Sonic the Hedgehog games growing up. So I could totally, I could totally
That's
see
like
that.
Robin Williams with like Zelda. He named his daughter.
Really?
Yeah, his daughter's name is Zelda.
Wait, what?
That's wacky.
Yeah.
Huh.
Robin Williams is a big fan of like Zelda, the video game, and he named his daughter actually Zelda.
That is
Wow.
beautiful. I love Zelda.
That'd be like us being fans of Uncharted and naming a child Drake. Nathan Drake.
I like the name Nathan. I think
Nathan's a cool name. Yeah.
Drake, I'm okay with now. I don't. We already have a Drake. It's fine.
Drake and Josh.
According to animator Max Schneider, Paramount expected that Sonic fans would object to the redesign, but the general audience would not care, as had been the case with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in 2014. He said Paramount felt the design gelled with real-world settings and the characters.
They did a decent job. I was happy with the design. It must have been a real bitch to
The
redo
eyes
that.
weren't big enough.
Yeah, you
It
can
looked
big eyes.
fun. I remember seeing the trailer.
It looks rushed.
and it was like, that for sure didn't like. Took me away from the film. I did not.
They tried to make him look too real and also like half rendered. It didn't look right. The new one look. I mean, that's how he's supposed to look on the right. More like a cartoon. He's a freaking cartoon character, not some weird like ET thing.
Did you know they redesigned?
So terrifying.
It's bad.
So I guess you didn't finish the film, but after the credits, a little bit, Tails shows up.
Oh, cool.
They redesigned him a little bit in the new film.
Oh, cool.
Like, not by
Okay.
that much.
Okay.
Like, but I think they made him like more chubbier.
Interesting. Okay. All right. Jim Carrey. Oh wait, hold on a second.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey entirely improvised Dr. Robotnik's dance scene. Carrey also recommended the song "Where Evil Grows," which he had heard as a child.
Did you get to that part?
I did.
Okay,
yes.
that was a hilarious.
It was awesome. Yeah, he was. You could tell he was having fun with it. He was back, and like we said earlier, the most similar role he's had since like the Riddler, or most similar role to the Riddler.
As
you know,
great
so
as
it's been like literally like a very long time since he's done anything like that.
He's basically, if you think about it, it's like the Riddler mixed with Ace Ventura because he's like hunting like an animal or something.
That's
as well.
true. That's true. I didn't think of that. But yeah, I'm glad he's back.
Ben Schwartz voices and also provides the facial motion capture for Sonic.
And you would know him as Jean Ralphio from Parks and Rec. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
The production team originally created a more realistic design for Sonic, as we just saw, which incorporated more fur, more spikes over his body, and a massive schlong. New running sneakers, normal-sized eyes, and a more human athletic physique. This design got a lot of negative feedback, and the film's release was delayed by a few months while Sonic was redesigned to have a more faithful, cartoonish design. The only major element kept was the new sneakers, which he was going to change to his red shoes.
Actually, yeah, I think they did a great.
They did a good job. I love seeing like the tape on the bottom of his shoes and stuff too. They were all like beat up. Pretty cool.
That's what I like when you're a speedster. Like your shoes are gonna get thrashed.
Absolutely,
So
and they did a good job.
That good.
Attention to detail, which I liked.
Robotnik.
Robotnik.
Being way slimmer than usual is actually a callback to the Sonic the comic, where he starts out being on the thin side before gaining his iconic robustness.
That is a
he's
fun
gonna
fact.
gain weight for it too.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's got the bald dome and he's got the big stash in the second one, and he's very faithful to the later, video game character. Sonic the Hedgehog took a long time to get into theaters. When the film was originally announced in 2014, Sonic the Hedgehog was going to be a 2016 release through the auspices of Sony Pictures. However, we wouldn't see the famous blue blur on the big screen until almost 4 years after the initial target date. And I think a big part of that was the re-edits with the design of Sonic himself.
Yeah, I just know like 4chan and Reddit absolutely exploded in an uproar.
Yeah.
All these incels were just like, they had to change it or else no one's going to watch it.
Yeah, and I think that's good on one hand because he did look pretty cool in the new one.
Yeah, he did look cool.
Yeah, he did look cool.
I mean, compared to what we would have had before, it might have been a little off-putting.
Yeah, like, why would you change the way? Like,
I don't know.
I
think
more
they rushed.
realistic.
I think they rushed, and I think maybe they had a lower budget than expected.
It's cool to know that they're actually listening.
Yeah,
It is
that was like, so when studios do that, sometimes I don't like that,
Yeah,
but I actually
I respect it.
I respect it for
Yeah,
this
they
one a
listened to
lot.
the audience, which was nice, refreshing, definitely.
I'm sure there was some guy in the animation department who's like, "Hey, I told you so.
Yo,
I knew he looked like shit."
Probably like 10 guys. Like, you rushed it. You rushed it. Anyway.
Oh, okay. 3 different MCU stars were being considered as Sonic the Hedgehog's casting processes for a film like Sonic the Hedgehog are almost always the best place for behind-the-scene details. Nowhere in this more true than run up the finalized casting of James Martinez as Sheriff Tom Wachowski. A role almost went to not 1 but 3 different MCU. I think before Marsden, it was Paul Rudd, Chris Evans, and also Chris Pratt, which of course.
Paul Rudd would have been the best choice of those, I think.
I think so too. Paul Rudd would have been I think he would have been great in here.
He would have been really good.
For me, his voice is too familiar, and I think it would take away from the voice acting.
Did they say for Marsden's role, though? So he would have been the sheriff?
Yeah, he would have been the sheriff.
Paul Rudd would have been...
Yeah,
he
Paul Rudd would have been a
perfect.
perfect sheriff.
He would
Interchangeable.
have been so dang good. All right, so Sonic could also have been voiced by some Marvel Studios stars as well. The powers that be must have really been into Paul Rudd, as the casting list for both Tom and Sonic had Rudd listed as a prospect on the short list. But in another surprising move, Spider-Man Far From Home's Tom Holland, of course, was actually tipped as the potential voice to Sonic the Hedgehog as well. That doesn't surprise me at all, and he actually did cross my mind for a second, but I was like, he's in too many things.
Yeah, I have something like close in that spot.
He's in a lot. He's in a
realm
lot.
for my alternate casting.
He's crushing it. Good for him, but it's a lot.
For non-MCU actors that were being considered for the role was Adam Devine from Workaholics,
Adam the Woo,
Bill Hader, Josh Gad, and Jim Parsons, among others. But as his story shook out, Ben Schwartz won that role, which in itself was a moment that happened thanks to Schwartz being at the right place at the right time.
Is there a story?
Oh, no. He was just there at the right time, right place.
So Jim Carrey's classic brand of comedy was a huge influence to the film. There's a lot of Jim Carrey magic on display in Sonic the Hedgehog. For the most part, that's thanks to the man himself playing the evil Dr. Robotnik. Between classic line reads that invoke Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, and the rubber-bodied shenanigans the comedian got into in his antagonistic role, you could definitely feel the freedom granted to Carrey to bring his special magic to the table. And I think that's super important in movies like this, to just let the actors do what they do best. And I think a good director knows, let them have their moment. And a thing that Joel Schumacher did, back to our boy Joel Schumacher, he would say a take for the director and then a take for the actor. So like he would make them do one just by the script, you know, just as it's written, as it should be, and then he would let them do one at the end that was just totally, if they wanted to do something wild, they could try it and see if it would work.
I did not know Joel did that.
So he would do that. He would be like, okay, let's get the one that's like in the script, and then let's do one that if you want to do something wacky, do it, and if it works, we'll use it.
That's cool.
And I think that worked, and you can see that in a lot of his movies.
I like that.
Yeah.
Even Ben Schwartz invokes some of that magic. As his line reading, "There's a fish on my head," was inspired by Jim Carrey's Dumb and Dumber line, "Our pets' heads are falling off."
Caught that.
Sometimes
I
all it
caught
takes is
that.
the right casting.
Dude, I 100% caught that, and I wondered if they did that deliberately. And the fact that Ben Schwartz did that, "There's a fish on my head," I thought, dude, that sounds so much like "Our pets' heads are falling off." They did that. That confirms it. That, because I caught that, and I'm like, that's a Jim Carrey Dumb and Dumber nod right there. That was pretty sweet.
I'm wet. I'm cold. There's a fish on my head.
We got no food. We got no jobs. Our pets' heads are falling off.
Anyway, so the next part that we're going to do is my absolute favorite segment, alternate universe castings. If for some reason these actors were unavailable in an alternate universe, who would we pick? Do you want to kick us off, James? Or
I
want me to?
will kick us off.
All right.
For this film, for James Marsden, I picked Steve Zahn.
On the same page.
I love
We're on the
Steve
same
Zahn. I
page.
think he would have been great.
He's one of the best.
I think James Marsden was great in this film as well.
Mm-hmm.
I like him, especially in like Westworld. I think he's been
He's a great actor.
as an actor now. Like recently, he's been getting out there more than
Yeah,
ever.
as he should.
I'm gonna skip Jim Carrey for last. Ben Schwartz. This is what I was talking about in that realm of Spider-Man. I did Andrew Garfield.
Damn, dude, we are on the same wavelength.
Really, you did Andrew Garfield as well?
Dude, yeah.
Oh my, I was thinking because like his like as Spider-Man,
Yeah.
his quips and everything was
Totally,
really
yeah.
really
dude,
done well.
same wavelength, totally.
And then
I love it.
for Jim Carrey, someone that we love very much, hold dear to our
One of the
hearts.
best actors ever.
I think he would have done a great job as a silly villain. Is Sam Rockwell?
Yes, the man, the myth,
Great.
the legend. Dude, same wavelength, 110%. I'm going to go into mine, and you'll see exactly what I mean. I always do 3 for mine for the actors. So for James Marsden's character, I picked Sam Rockwell, Steve Zahn, or Jason Lee.
Jason Lee would have been good.
From My Name is Earl. I was
Yeah.
thinking the Chipmunks thing. He could handle the
Yeah.
animation. For the Sonic voice acting, I also picked Andrew Garfield, Andrew Santino, the stand-up comedian, or Frankie Muniz. I thought it would have been kind of
Frankie
fun.
Muniz would have been there.
Kind of a childish,
Yeah.
fun charm. Dr. Robotnik, Steve Carell, Zach Galifianakis, or Will Ferrell.
I didn't think about Will Ferrell. I think that
He crossed my
I think
mind.
that would have been
Yeah.
like if there was someone else. I think Will Ferrell would have been a good choice.
Yeah, definitely. I thought he would be funny because at first I thought John C. Reilly, but then I was like, nah, man, Will Ferrell would be funnier. Like he would
his
be
stature would be
definitely.
comedy.
And I think of those 3, I think Will would be my first choice out of all those. As far as director goes, I picked Steven Sommers, who did the original Mummy film.
That's a great-
So I think he's
yeah.
really good at juggling CGI and real people, as we experienced in the Mummy films. As far as a writer goes, David Mickey Evans, he wrote The Sandlot, and I think he would have been, a good person to fill that kind of family humor, but also is just a solid screenwriter. I think he would have been really good. So those are my alternate casting choices. Max, I know you didn't do them, but just off the top of your head, is there anyone that you particularly like out of those, or someone that maybe came to mind while we were talking about them?
Spot on.
Really? Yeah?
Yeah, you guys are spot on.
Heck yeah, dude. Thank you. I love that we were like totally on the same page
Yeah.
too. That's nice.
I like that.
It's
See,
nice.
yeah.
It makes me happy. But
This
yeah.
is why we've been friends for so long.
I know. After a while, you start to have the same thoughts, whether you like them or not. It's like you start to have the same like brain chemistry.
Yeah,
It's
you
kinda one
start
of
you
those
start
things.
Finishing
each other's
sentences.
sentences.
I was off on that one, but for the most part, we do it. But yeah, it starts to happen, and I love that, and I think that's a part of why that segment works so well. Big fan. But yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog, I really enjoyed. I do have, like I said, have to watch the last like half hour of it, but everything that I saw up to that point, super solid movie. Glad they did it. Really good execution, and I'm stoked for the second one.
For what you saw, like, what would you rate it?
For what I saw, what would I rate it? I'm gonna go
Out of 5.
I'm gonna stick with 3.5 out of 5, but it's pushing a 4 out of 5. But
So-
I'm gonna go with 3.5 out of 5.
I'm gonna start changing my ratings up a little bit. I think for genre-wise, as a family film, I'm giving this a 4. As a family film.
Hell, you know what?
Context.
You know what?
Yeah.
For Jim Carrey and for Sonic, I'm gonna join you. Four out of 5.
For a family
4 out of
film,
5
yeah.
because I was being a little harsh on it. Yeah, think about that. Imagine being a kid seeing this. Imagine being like 7 and you go to Harkins and you're watching it and you see this for the first time.
Yeah.
And also, as an adult, it did succeed in making me laugh.
Well, I was able to sort of transport
4 out of
myself
5.
back, like, to 7-year-old me playing Sega Genesis and my next door neighbors.
Yeah.
So if I were like in that fully when the first time I saw it, that was really more prevalent.
Yeah.
I'd say 4 out of 5 for that as a family film. Yeah, and my girlfriend, her kids watched it 5 or 6 times, and
That's awesome.
You know, she's not a huge fan. She tolerated
now.
it at first, and
She
now
has to
she
be.
seems to like it. So
That's great. Well, I think general consensus for all 3 of us, 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5 stars. That's a solid family film right there. Anyway, Sonic, if you guys haven't seen it, go check it out. And obviously, we're going to keep you posted on the second one. Maybe we'll even do a second review of the second one.
I think we will.
I think I'd be
I
down
think
for
it'll
that.
be a good one.
Anyway, and then
Just shout out again real quick. Guys, we are on Spotify,
hell yeah.
Anchor, and Apple Podcasts.
Yeah, so make sure you guys are following us on all the platforms. And I notice a lot of people who aren't subscribed to us are watching our videos. So if you could please drop us a like and subscribe to us, that would mean the world. And that would also keep you in the loop on future episodes that we have coming up. Do we want to say which movie we're going to be watching next? Or do we want to... What do you think? Because we haven't really discussed it. We
haven't discussed
we could
it, no.
fully do it on the fly right now. Do you want to do... Oh, you know what we could do? We could do... The one we've been really wanting to do. We have 2 more. We have Liar Liar and we have Dumb and Dumber. So I think Liar Liar would be next because we're actually...
I think Liar Liar will actually be before.
You think before?
I think it'll be before.
Okay.
Because Classic Tuesdays. Yeah, would it be before or after?
Whatever you want. We could release it whenever. I say we release it after. I say we do our top Jim Carreys, like Liar Liar, Dumb and Dumber, and then the Jim Carrey celebration episode.
Yeah.
and then
So-
we can watch Zardoz.
And then we can
do
watch Stardust. Yeah.
We
So
still need to get to that.
So
yes.
I will say after this episode, yeah, unless you want to save this one for when Sonic comes out. Well, tentatively, you guys will figure it out. But either way, go watch Liar Liar. The episode might have come out before. It might come out later. I don't really know. But either way, guys, be kind.
Rewind.
Let's try that again.
Be kind.
Rewind.
And subscribe. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Love you guys.
Subscribe.
My grasp on sanity remains absolute.
Isn't that right, Agent Stone?
Why don't you get a head start?
Do some reconnaissance!